That should be ready. Set people in here. All right. All right. All right. We about to learn today. We about to learn today. All right. And this time, with no music. It appears y'all can hear me well. Let me know. Don Philly, Wilt, Eric, Bruce House. Shout out to Team Fuck That. Bam! And I'm here. How we looking, people? How we doing? How we feeling? Welcome to the first church of holy shit. And wow, I am minus my nugs. You good? I'm good, Don Philly. I'm good. Let's see if I got something in here. I do. But do I have a lighter close? I don't. I got a bunch of good stuff going on all at the same time. Working on my stand-up, working on my music. Then I'm back in the gym getting my shit tight. Yeah. Life is good, people. Again, y'all know, for those of you, it's only 8 of us here. It looks like no newbies yet. To discuss the first church, I want y'all to put me up some questions here and give me another minute and a half. I got to go get my weed. I left it downstairs. I'll be right back. Put some questions up there. All right. Damn it. All right, goddamn it. Cananas. Hey now. Here's my people. I'm back. Okay, people. Now, welcome to the First Church of Holy Shit. If you're in here and no musical intro today, where's Let's Play? Let's Play. I'm having what's up, Boovia? I'm having a drive issue with my Jeff TV drive. And it looks like it's gonna be a Best Buy run today to go get a new drive to put all my musical shit on, because I think I done wore it out. So yeah, I'm gonna put some music in here, but it's just that the drive that runs the music is now running really, really slow, which is an indicator that soon this drive have you been disconnected in it properly? No, it's just old, Boovia. I mean, I may have disconnected it maybe 2 or 3 times in 8 years. That's how old the drive. It's just an old drive. It's time. And I keep bullshitting and it's gonna lock up on me. So I gotta knock that off. I gotta like really treat this like the issue it is. But I'm jumbling a gang of yeah, you see, that was supposed to be
let's get started.
There's your music.
The truth that sets you free may also tear your life apart.
There it is. It's just that drive. I poked that drive in a half hour ago. It's just now showing up. I have to put it in, go take a shower, do some other shit, and come back, and now the drive shows. Because it's just getting old. Okay. Now, one day it ain't gonna show, and then, no, nigga, you should have done this shit before now. That's right. That's on me. Now, y'all good with this music laying in the cut? Yeah. We'll let it run in the background. Okay. Now, I'm not supposed to do that yet. Okay. Whoops. Did I stop? I paused it. Did I pause it? Or did I turn it down? I turned it down. Well, I'm going to pause it in a minute. I'm going to pause it in a minute because we are in the First Church of Holy Shit. So we going to pray and then we going to smoke. But for those of you who are, put a P21 in the chat if this is your first time here. This Earl Grey tea. And this, in the brown abode, is known as the Royal Teaspoon. This is what I drink my tea out of. Because that way you get a gulp of tea. Try it. Try some tea with one of them big old spoons. Let it cool off a little bit. It's very soothing. Now, here at the First Church of Holy Shit, what we do is we beseech God. We talk to God. We talk about God. But we don't give God a name. Because when you do that, you have to believe a man. If I told you God's name was Jehovah, you'd have to believe me. If I told you his name was Allah, you'd have to believe me. Or Buddha, or Krishna, or Jelly Sandwich. Whatever I told you God's name was, you'd have to take my word for it. All you got to do is cut open an orange, and you have the existence of God right there in your face. Watch Prince. Watch Michael Jackson. Watch Chris Brown. Listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Listen to Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan. And what you will see is human excellence. Watch what you do good, and you will see human excellence. That excellence is the very presence of God. Somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere. So I pray from here. Save me 10%. I never miss a game. And that's what the First Church is all about. All the God, none of the bullshit. All the love, all the peace, all the understanding, all the correction, all the guiding, all the admonishment, all of the endearing nature, all of the giving, none of the bullshit. That is what we are about here at the First Church of Holy Shit. And I want you to feel free. Whoopsie. I want you to feel free to tell others about it. I want you to feel free to disagree with me. I want you to bring up shit you want to talk about. Pray about. Cry about. Scream about. Speak about. Right here at the First Church, so that we may get to the bottom of some shit. Oh no, Bovid. This is just hummus. This is just supremely spicy hummus with some veggie chips. Oh no, you don't want me to bust my guacamole out, bro. My guacamole kung fu is legendary. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. My kung fu is a beast. I'm kind of funky in the kitchen. I'm kind of funky. I get down there. But with all that said, it's time for us to pray. So, bow your heathen ass heads. Creator, we thank you for this day. Father, Mother God, universe, he, she, it, who answers when we call. He, she, it that understands that we give you a name because we are feeble enough to think you need one. We are feeble enough to think that you need a name. So we give you one in order to revere you properly. And to cast other people out that don't think like we think, but we give you a name to revere you properly. To point to ourselves and others. To point out to ourselves and others, Creator, that we at least have the desire to follow good. That's the whole purpose. Good as according to the people of this particular region. The name of that God is blank. Well, I'm talking about good everywhere, so I'm not going to call your name because I don't know it. But I know you good, and I ask you to be here. I ask you to help me not get in the way. I ask you to tell them shit I need so I can get it. I ask you to give me what I need so they can get it. Keep us open, and keep us open to opening up to others about the real truth, your truth. Guide me to it so I can give it to them. Keep us honest, keep us safe, and keep us faithful. Keep us open. Keep us close to you. We honor and love you and respect you. And to that God whose name I know not, and in the name of my ancestors, I pray. And it is so. Bam. Now, we smoke. Oh, P.S. Lord, send me some trolls. Send me some trolls. You know I like those. They taste good. They taste good, and when I chew them up, lessons fall out. Please send me a troll. I dare them. In the name of all that is holy and all that is kick-ass. And it is so. Now we smoke. That one was perfect. I'm going to start doing the pull right after the prayer because it just popped. And that went good. Did that go good? That went pretty good. Okay. Now, let's get on into the show. Oh, we have a special guest coming today. It is a fella that, oh, whoopsie. Can I get a nigga amen? That's what we say here. Nigga amen. Yeah. Roll. Bam. Okay. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a little later today, I'm gonna have him come through the show. Friend of mine, mentor, the wisdom I get, the wisdom I have, I got to go to a well. This brother is one of those wells. His name is DWAYNE Mooney, and we're going to cover a whole bunch. He'll be in here in a bit. Right now, today's sermon. Who, what, and where are we really? And the shit that makes me ask that question. That's a nice one. Yeah, I'm going to change it to that. Who, what, and where are we really? And the shit that makes me ask that question. Boom. And plot out. Let's start, and we're gonna get back here, I'm sure, when Brother Mooney gets in here. Let's start with our sister Nia Long. And what is considered the scandal of the week so that you don't pay attention to the money that Brett Favre stole. The scandal of the week. So that you're not paying attention while they're doing some other shit. The scandal of the week right now, unfortunately, regrettably, is Nia Long. Much as I hate to say. And I see you there. Yeah. Who, what, and where are we really? That's a real good question to ask when people say stuff like this. Avocados taste like nothing. I challenge you, young man. One day we will see one another. I will make you some guacamole, and you will literally eat those words. Yeah. Yeah, Jersey girl. Jersey girl, cousin Annis. Absolutely. Oh, shit. Okay. He's here. I'm trying to tell y'all. I am going to, let me see, how do I do this, Mooney? I'll go into private chat, right? Chat with everyone in the studio. That's in the studio, so I'd have to get him in the studio. Okay, I'm gonna put the invite in here. I'm telling y'all now, this invite is for DWAYNE Mooney. You come in if you want to, but your ass gonna be sitting there a while. Okay? All right, Mooney. Here's the invite in the chat. Come in whenever you like. I'm setting this up. Everybody else, that ain't for your ass. That's for DWAYNE Mooney. If you come in early, I'm going to clown you for coming in early. And then I'm going to let your ass sit there now. I done told you. IDUNTOYA. I done told you. So you get your little ass over here. I want to hear no... Because the doors of the church are not open yet. This is for DWAYNE Mooney. All right? Now, that said, yeah, Doc, let me set you up real fast. We're going to talk about current events with the theme, who, what, and where are we really? And the shit that makes me ask that question. That is today's sermon. And anytime. Oh, that's hilarious, Bruce. Anytime that I'm willing to share a sermon, you can bet it's more than likely not with a junior or even a master Jedi on my level. I'm a master Jedi. I can say that with pride. But ladies and gentlemen, the cat I'm about to bring on is easily a senior master Jedi. You about to feel it. You about to hear it. You about to be ass out if you don't apply any of this stuff that he say to your life. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further bullshit for me right now, my man, Brother DWAYNE Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
Good afternoon, my brother. How you doing, man?
I am well, man. I am well.
And starting this off, it was a pleasure seeing you this week, brother, perform, because I haven't seen you in years. You were hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
Thank you, man. And I'm going to tell you, it was I almost shit myself. Because, yeah, we're going to talk a little shop real quick, and then we're going to talk to y'all. You know, of all people, exactly what I'm talking about when I say that when you generally look in the crowd, the faces run together.
Yeah.
They run together like an art painting. You know how the paintings and they just paint and it's just a head?
Yeah.
Really, it's just a head, and the shit that registers is, ooh, she fine. Ooh, that nigga look mad. Ooh, don't fuck with them over there. But people, not people, I'm doing all that. Ooh, she fine. Ooh, don't fuck with that nigga over there. Oh, there goes DWAYNE Mooney. Ooh, don't fuck with that nigga. Mooney, what's up? So I didn't even expect to see you there. But thank you so much for coming out. I'm starting over like it's 1987, bro.
Yeah.
I did 2 shows last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one out in Santa Fe Springs, and then one in Hollywood. If it's got a mic, I'm finna be on it so I can get this special written. But at any rate, man, thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me say this, that you are easily one of my elders in the game, and with mad respect, I used to sit in the back of comedy clubs with my little funky ass joke book, watching you and your brother rip shit up, wishing I could get close to that. So yeah, bruh, man, and then turn around and pull a consciousness sword out. So yeah, you got me trumped on both of those. So this is a master Jedi. Certain cats I bow to. I check the man's resume. Get with the Wealth Portal. Everybody over here, you need to be connected to my man DWAYNE Mooney. Let's talk about what really brought me here was the Nia Long situation.
Yes, brother. Yes.
And I don't think you and I share. And brother Bruce, pretty pleased with sugar on top, DWAYNE Mooney. I'm gonna try to get to my young Jedis, because I consider this a dojo, and we work out in here, and I got some shining stars in here, and one of them you see is brother Bruce House.
Yes,
I think he needs to spar with the Grandmaster and have y'all chop it up. This is Now, at any rate, I don't think we're going to have the popular or the expected opinions
no.
about this.
No.
So I'm gonna throw something out there, and then you just beat it up however you feel. When this first hit the headlines, 2 things came to mind. God damn. It's a shock and a shame that these sisters is out there now, that this sister's out there and paying for her situation. That's fucked up. And 2, gross kingdom mismanagement. Gross. And we're gonna hit all the points that I'm thinking, but from a Nia Long standpoint, those were the first 2 thoughts. And I wasn't gonna chime in on any of those. I was gonna keep both of those for this show. And it just so happened that I ran into you. I'm supposed to be running into you for something. We're supposed to be doing something. Senior Jedi. We are supposed to be doing that. So anyway, I was just gonna talk about that, but I had to post when I saw all of these dudes talking about how fine she was, talking about what they would do and how she could come where they at. Those are platinum plus common simps to me. Please expound, talk about yourself, and get back around to Nia Long.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm DWAYNE Mooney, comedian, entrepreneur, investor, also poly expert. So I have a book called Sacred Man Out, How to Heal, Love, Manage Multiple Women. It's on Amazon. You can get it. But I wanted to share with this is key. This week talked about, and I saw some of your posts, and you chimed in on mine, and what I was saying about it. This whole Nia Long thing is like, first of all, she's not the victim. This woman is in Hollywood. She knows what goes down.
Come on, bro.
And she's old, and she's 50 years old. She didn't seen everything. So the thing is and plus she's 50. She ain't the Nia Long from, Boys in the Hood.
She ain't bowling with Will no more.
She ain't. This ain't the same Nia Long. And is she better? Yeah, all the way around. Maturity, knows what she wants, etc. But the position that he was in, Now, remember, he's a former athlete. And if you see him on the sidelines, the way he coaches, you see that athletic vibration, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's in the game too.
He's in his warrior vibration.
Exactly. Total warrior energy. So that means he has what? A lot of passion, like most athletes. He's a handsome man. So we know women are attracted to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure she knows he has other men. I mean, other women. I'm sure Nia ain't tripping off that. Well, she's tripping off that he fucked up by getting caught with the bullshit. That's what's important to her. Not so much what he did, is how he went about it, which goes along to what you were saying. He mismanaged his kingdom. Okay. And my thing is, you don't go into the enemy's camp and fuck with their women.
Dude.
Okay. This is why he's being exploited, because he's fucking with their women. Okay. If she was a black woman, the information would have been out. Okay. So we would have known who she was, etc., etc., etc. But it's because she's a white woman and they're protecting her, even though she was doing bullshit too. Come to find out, I don't know if you read the last information. I don't know if this is real or not, but she was scheduling Nia with her flights coming to Boston, with her staying with him.
Right.
She was and even helping her move.
Handling the logistics.
She said, which was she was supposed to do. That's what your other woman is supposed to do when she has that skill set. So there's not, people are downing the other woman for that. No, that's what she's supposed to do. The thing is that it's done up under secrecy. And Nia is saying that she didn't know. If she did, I don't know, but she's saying she didn't know. So the problem is with him. It's not with Nia. It's not with the other woman. It's the way he dealt with it, because he shouldn't have been fucking with her. Again, the enemy's camp, and he went about it the wrong way. He's not in the position to go into somebody else's kingdom and fuck with their women. What he should have did, as you know, is come in there understanding he has his own kingdom and he's just making money off that kingdom. And he keeps whatever he does outside of that because he's building his own kingdom. Okay. And that's with whatever he's doing. Now, of course, men, the warrior energy, fearless, heart. But when it comes to women, motherfuckers simp out. Okay. They're afraid to tell their women what's really going on. And when they don't, shit like this happens. Because as you know, when it's secret, that's when the yoni get real good. Because it's secret.
Right.
It's like, so everything's intense.
It's hot sauce on it now.
Exactly. When you take that off, all of a sudden it becomes a real relationship. And you see what's really going on. The passion is not as hot. And you don't make the same emotional mistakes because you're looking at long term. That's why men have got to be open and honest, because it always affects their money. Because now you're lying, so now you're dealing in fear and you're stopping your prosperity magnet to happen, because women are generators. Women will always help you make money. That's the whole thing. When you have women and you're honest and they're secure and they're safe and they're comfortable, they're going to help you make money, right? So you don't get into this bullshit. His escalation as coach by him cheating is getting ready to stop his money flow. Now he's got to change the direction. It ain't too late. It ain't too late. You can always flip it.
But it's a hole in the boat.
But it's a hole in the boat, brother. And he did it himself, as my father would say. He got his nigga wake-up call. That's what he got. He got his nigga wake-up call. So my father's Paul Mooney, the great late.
Yeah, the great. Yeah, so, if you don't know, Now you know the great Paul Mooney.
So my thing, as an example, you know, me being a king, you being a king.
Yes, sir.
We're builders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, I build with women. You build with one woman. Well, you build with multiple women.
Multiple women, brother. I got a camp of sisters.
It's the same thing. Even if you're loving some of them intimately, but the approach that you have is the same thing.
I gotta stop you right there. Because there's a pile I want you to address. Number one, what I did to co-sign what you said, I think dude broke the chief rule of this kingdom shit.
Right.
Don't pierce the veil. Fucking with undesignated commoners,
yes,
pierces the veil. Back in the day, this is why I say that he was failed. Not which is where we may disagree. He was failed by his ego.
Yes.
Because I look at it this way. If you can afford a high price call girl, then you can't afford not to get one. If he was paying, which he got, I guess, I don't know. I know people who have hired them. I can pick up the phone and tell you the price ranges. I don't know, but I'm gonna say $5,000 to fly her in for the weekend and do, if you want to shit in her hair, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now, ain't you not fucking somebody you're not supposed to? You're not fucking nobody ugly. You're not fucking nobody after your money. They already got the money. It was an agreed upon transaction. You ain't fucking with nobody that's going to come back and fuck up your life. Pay for it, but your ego won't allow that. Because if you paying for it, the ego makes you think you paying for it twice. Okay? First off, you're you, nigga. You showed up. That's paying for it once. That's why these niggas get caught up in the all-star game, get caught up in the club, because you're trying to pay for pussy with your presence.
Exactly.
And that's not enough. And especially with commoners. Back in the day, when a king got a commoner pregnant, he did one of two things. He either made her a concubine or he killed her. He was not fucking around with this shit that's bringing brothers down today. Now, with the secret shit that you're talking about, where he's kind of Nia was in the know. I'm gonna co-sign that from here because I never thought about that. You don't know who Nia been fucking.
Right.
Male or female.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
You don't know. You don't. That shit may be wide open. They may have been a better version of Will and Jada.
Yeah.
What this may be pointing to is the crumbling of a secret society, because that secret society's morals are crumbling. What say you?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think she knew, because Nia's savvy. You know, she's sustained her career in this show business that don't like black women getting older. Okay,
right.
She sustained her career, so you know she knows some shit.
She's a hustler.
This ain't no big deal to her.
No, she's a hustler, and she
cussing
knows the game.
That motherfucker out on his ass. We know that. Figuring out what they gonna do now, how they gonna make this work.
Oh, she's a warrior.
You know, this is Nia fucking Long.
Yeah.
So with that, the whole shit is crumbling. Okay? Mm-hmm. Everything's crumbling. This new form of relating, and this is old shit, old school shit that's raising its ugly head. Okay?
Go ahead, bro.
And you said something that was real deep about what kings would do. Again, we have to understand that we cannot, especially as kings and building kingdoms, be emotional about our path. And this is why it's so important. Men, especially black men, have to look at building their kingdom, because it keeps you. The king will always save you. The kingdom will always save you. Because you say, not, I want this pussy, but what will it do and how will it affect my kingdom? Now you look, that's why it's so important to understand what you're building. How, if I do this, not my emotions and what I feel, the kingdom.
Not just how it feels when I lay down. Not just how it affects me when I lay down. How will it affect me when I get back up?
Exactly.
How does this pussy gonna affect me when I stand up?
Exactly. Because the whole reason why you getting the pussy, and I want brothers to understand this.
Break it down.
The whole reason why you getting to the pussy is to expand your kingdom. Did you hear me?
Oh,
that's why you get the pussy.
Oh, it should do. Oh, shit.
Change the game. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now we in the evolution. We into manifestation. We're on the next level. How is this pussy going to support my kingdom building? If it ain't supporting my kingdom building, I ain't even dealing with it.
And the danger you are in dealing with. Yeah. You know what?
You said something deep though when you mentioned the prostitute.
Okay, no, I'm gonna get to that. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I should have more etiquette, and I am after this, because what I actually have is a guest pastor. That's what I actually have, a guest Jedi that, bruh, I could take off and go to Palm Springs right now and could preach in the First Church of Holy Shit. That's what I really have. But that shit you said about building your kingdom. Gosh, that sounds familiar. Who was I talking to about that? Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. Anyway, the fact, brothers do not look at themselves as the commodity enough. You don't value your line because your line is made up of a slave master's last name. You don't have a line. You can't go back past your great grandmama. And because of that, you don't see your line as anything to preserve, which is why you breed like pit bulls.
Yes. Correct.
When you see your line as something to preserve in your kingdom, which we will get to Nick Cannon to stop all you young common ass hating ass. We're gonna shit on the commoners today. We're gonna shit on the commoners today because y'all deserve it. But yes, I had to put that in there, brother. That by the same token, how does she help me build my kingdom? What the fuck is this other broad doing that I'm fucking with? And why? Go.
That's the key.
And the prostitute, get in and go.
No, this one I want to flip that with the prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said bringing in a prostitute, a man with means, when a hoe is an expert at what she does, and you need that need fulfilled, and you got a hoe, like you said, a top level hoe, not no commoner hoe, a top level hoe. That's what you're paying for, top level, who's coming in to sex you, help you relax, but at the same time, she's putting the feminine energy into you to increase your masculine energy, which raises your testosterone, which gives you the power to do more to build your kingdom. So even a high-priced feminine hoe who actually is into you, the pussy get wet, she's dripping, she got love for you, etc., etc., etc. It's a business reaction. It's a business transaction, but she understands her position in your kingdom.
Right.
Not just some old random hoe. I'm just going to fuck with it. No, I'm going to fuck DWAYNE Mooney. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to help increase his power. I know
Right.
what
I'm
this
finna go. I ain't
about.
gonna fuck the shit out of DWAYNE Mooney. I'm gonna fuck the prosperity out of DWAYNE Mooney.
Exactly. So when she understands her duty to the kingdom, you know, when she's called in, this is what she's supposed to do. So that 5,000 that I give her,
Yeah.
is gonna make me 25,000.
Wow.
The energy of it.
Wow.
Okay. It because it's a
I'm not.
healing.
I can get a nut off in the shower for what it costs for a squirt of fucking shampoo.
Exactly. You know,
This
and
ain't
then
that.
what does it do? Check out, this is what it does. So I'm paying the hoe, right? $5,000. So I'm helping her life, right? So she's able to have 5,000. She got children, she helped them out, whatever she got to do business-wise. So I'm putting my money into her queendom, into her system,
Right.
to help her
Right.
function on a high level. Okay. So now, as I'm building my kingdom, naturally, even with a hoe, I'm helping her build her queendom. So together, we're building an empire. You scratch my back, I scratched your back. It's got to be, anytime you're in a relationship, you always look at what's the ORI? What's my return on investment? Okay. And you have to look at it like that. And as you're building your kingdom, because your kingdom is what's in your mind, and it could be internal until it's physical. When you start manifesting the shit, that's when the shit get real. So when you see me with these women, you didn't even see Melissa that night.
God.
She just got back from Hawaii.
Okay. Stop talking. Stop talking for a second.
Oh, you saw her from the stage.
This is disrespectful to say, but DWAYNE Mooney, shut the fuck up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we wasn't even over on that side of things. I forgot to let me turn the Tesseract a couple angles. Brother, how old are you, Brother DWAYNE?
64.
Brother DWAYNE Mooney is 64 years old, and I have yet to see him with an 8. It's like the 8s in his life he puts in a boat with some provisions and sets them adrift. You don't never see, and I mean multiple fine sisters. I love Mrs. Brown. I love Mrs. Brown. I will stand and die for her now. I am a serial monogamist at this point. I am so happy with just Mrs. Brown, but then again, Mrs. Brown is fucking dumb. I'm so happy with her. But God, were anything to happen, were she to pass away first, were she to wake up and go, you know what, this motherfucker is just too much, right. I would immediately walk, if necessary, to DWAYNE Mooney's house to study at his feet. Because this dude, on the woman's side, I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Brother.
This brother, and I'm going to tell you this, man, in my opinion, your way is the only way forward for Black people.
Yeah.
Polyamory and Volkswagens. That's it. Oh, that's funny. Polyamory and Volkswagen bugs. That's the only way forward. Stop flossing, niggas. Get you a bug. You don't need to go that fast. Just get you a bug. They're great on gas. You can fix them with house tools. Get you that and 4 sisters that's going to do some shit and build you a goddamn empire. That's how you do it. That's the starter kit. You start with a bug and 3 good girls. That's what you need.
Kit. Yeah. Yeah. So you saw, you didn't get a chance to see her. I think you saw her from stage.
I saw her.
She just got from Hawaii. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Flew in 2 days ago.
Okay. So she's here to live now, or?
No, she always lives here. She just went on vacation.
Oh, she just chilled and came back and was just back from Hawaii.
Exactly. She's just coming back. And my point is, now through that, we're building some things in Hawaii. So my point, when my women do things, even if it's around the world, it's always connected to me, because we are in business. I'm in business together with all my women, because I want them to prosper and I want them to have their queendom. But as a businessman, their queendom is connected to me. So I get a percentage on everything they do.
Right.
Okay. Because I'm helping fund and finance her.
You're the Don.
Exactly. So I understand the game, right? Because I'm building my kingdom, and again, their kingdom together empire. So my point is, if he understood, the brother who, the Boston coach, understood his relationship to his women,
Yes.
his relationship to his kingdom, he would have done things properly. Like you said, either ball it in a hole, or this is the other phase. This is the other phase that you're gonna love. That whole energy. All 90% of my women have that whole energy. Okay. That's required to deal with me. You have to have sacred whole energy. So I don't need to bring hoes in because them hoes fall in love with me. Okay.
Right.
And we turn into something else. Because when you say love them hoes, I love them hoes. Okay. Them fine, sophisticated women that know how to deal with men sexually and mentally. Okay. These are the type of women because they understand prosperity. You know, it's like that old line when we talk about the gold digger.
Mm-hmm.
What is the gold digger looking for? She's looking for the gold mine. What I do is change the gold digger mentality or transition the gold digger mentality into her becoming her own gold mine.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But still stay that central sexy self and understand her position in my life. And it's just a wonderful thing. And that's, Nia is like that. Nia Long is that energy. Again, she was young, fine, used her beauty to get over, got older, still stayed fine, kept herself together, got mature, got experience, has wisdom. Though you want those type of women in your life too. So Nia is what we call, she's a presence that you want in your life for counsel, for taking care of business, can handle the onslaught of the bullshit. She's not new to the game. So you want women like that in your life as well.
Okay. Hold down. Just through the chat and in a few minutes when we get through dropping some more knowledge. Mooney, how much time I got you for?
Probably another half hour.
Another half hour. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up.
Too.
Okay, well, one, this is one of my young Jedis here, junior Jedi, Lamert Park Kells, who, yes, you have my permission, Brother Kells. You must contact Brother Dwayne because he's over there all the time. You need to my dojo is not enough. If you can study with him, you need to. Bro don't know me though. Let me explain something to you. Here's why DWAYNE Mooney's not knowing Nia Long is you're closer to Jupiter with your not knowing Nia Long than him. Here's why. Because he well knows the track she had to run to be who she is.
And I do know Nia Long.
See, I wasn't even going there. I wasn't going to go there. Please don't get ahead of me. Please don't get ahead of me. One, if you want to know, there's a difference between Nia Long and any of the cast to set it off except Queen Latifah. Nia Long versus your girl Sunshine. Nia Long versus any of them women of the 90s. Look at it as a race. A gang of them didn't finish.
Exactly.
A gang of them didn't finish. And that what it takes to finish, fine ain't enough. Fine and bow-legged don't cut it. Now, this is what I was saying with regard to that. Is that this woman that Nia Long is, brother, you Sparklets truck driving ass niggas was not going to be able to keep her no way.
Right, correct.
You weren't going to be able to keep her no way. The fact that she is a catch for you now is because, yeah, Yeah, in your world, a woman look like Nia Long is killing it at the PTA meeting. Niggas is coming to get extra cookies. That fucking diabetics is coming up to get cookies and coffee because she's sitting next to the cookies and coffee, nigga. Yes. In your world, this is his world.
Exactly.
In his world, sparklets truck driving ass niggas, your salary last year is what they spent on the ice sculptures. He go places like that. He is a king. You are trying to view the world from that of a king. And there is a saying that says, in the jungle, the view of the ant and the giraffe are both right. You are not the giraffe, nigga. You ain't looking up that high. He goes to shit regularly that you'd have to shop in a store that's uncomfortable for you to pay for shit to go. So that it's two different brains. Stop trying to, first off, to live vicariously through celebrities is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Have you misspending your money? Have you following the whims of some fucking group of publicists? What the fuck? You shouldn't be doing that anyway. And two, as long as you do common shit, you are common. Know your place as a commoner. If you want to be common, cool. Ain't nobody telling you that you can't be common. God bless you. We need common people. Be common. But understand when you looking at something from a common perspective. And stop making your common perspective gospel. Just as is the king perspective, not gospel to you. If you are a common thinker, which is, I'm going to make my money, I'm going to work my ass off for somebody else until Friday, I'm going to get my money and I'm going to spend it on what I wear and where I'm going and get a little sleep so I can repeat. And I'm going to get a couple of girls because I look good and lie to both of them. You're a fucking commoner, and this shit we're talking about is not for you. That's okay if you want to live that life, but if you truly want to call yourself a king, truly, you got a lot of shit to reverse.
Yeah.
And
I want him to understand too that you remember Annazette Chase, before a Nia Long.
Yeah.
Right? So I go Pam Grier.
Come on, bro.
The ones that the stars of the Black exploitation movement. I used to sit up.
Sheila Frazier.
Know her personally.
Come on, bro.
These women. I used to sit up in film class with Gloria Hendricks.
Ooh.
Okay. Bro. So they don't understand that, the Nia Longs, that's the second. Those are babies to me.
Bro.
Right? So my point is, when you're around them, and I've seen what Pam Grier went through with Richard Pryor, when Richard Pryor was supposed to marry Pam.
Right.
And Pam was the best thing for him. Pam had that. That's when he got off drugs. That's when he started eating plant-based diet.
Wow.
Pam Grier doing that, getting him into holistic medicine, changing his life. He couldn't take it because he wanted that crack. He wanted them drugs. That's why he ran from her and went and married the white girl. Okay.
Wow.
That's why he ran. He couldn't take going to the next level.
The truth was too strong for him.
Exactly. The same thing when he was working with Jim Brown.
The light was too bright because he was raised in the dark.
Just like when he had his own production company. When
Indigo.
He had Jim Brown as his consultant and bringing consciousness to the production company. He couldn't take it. That's why he closed it, because Jim's trajectory was taking it toward control and looking at what type of films they were putting out. Okay.
Right.
In fact, Prince's film, the first one he did, came across them first. Jim Brown wanted to do it. Okay. Richard didn't. So it's just, I'm just telling you, when you understand what happens behind the scenes, I'm not talking about Nia personally. I'm talking about her position in show business as an icon herself. Most people take away from her. That is a powerful woman who has hung in, who has survived, and is thriving. She caught that brother who's 10 years younger than her because she's a bad co-sister. However, being in Hollywood, being a feminine woman in Hollywood, she got her own responsibility to work out, because she should have been consulting him on his behavior, because he is younger. But again, she has to protect her queendom. If you do this, do it this way. And all that may be happening, and he just may have just fucked up. I'm not saying that, but her position is different when you're dealing with a brother that can bring so much money to the table, because now she has a younger man that's in a new position that's going for his kingdom.
They were the perfect version of the chessboard.
Exactly.
They were the perfect version of the chessboard. Now, I don't know. I have heard that Nia can be very difficult to deal with, but then again, most women who make it that far, most superstars are, because difficult is part of keeping other motherfuckers in line.
Exactly.
That's part and parcel of keeping other motherfuckers in line.
You know where he fucked up. You know where he fucked up.
I don't
moving her. Check this out. You know where he fucked up. Moving her to Boston. What the fuck she gonna be in Boston for when she's an LA baby? Keep her ass in LA. Keep her ass in LA. That's where he fucked up. One of the movies he fucked up. Keep her in Hollywood where she's supposed to be. That's her energy. She don't need to be in Boston, because he's creating a whole nother world in Boston, obviously. Okay? Keep that shit separate. That's what kings do.
Taking her out of a land she conquered.
Exactly. Why are you doing that? Because she probably won't want to be with you. No, you stay in. I do it all. You know how many women want to come live with me? They all want to come live with. No. I'm like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got his own castle.
Okay, let's hop over there.
And he lets them have their own.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because he got shit to do.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll tell you what's about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, a legendary long ball hitter is about to take the plate. About to stand over the plate, and at the mound, a legendary pitcher is about to pitch him exactly what he wants: a chest-high fastball. Again, dear stacking shit in the back of FedEx ass niggas, listening to the disagreeable heifers in your climate. When you hear that Nick Cannon has, what is it now, 11 children by, is it 10 different women?
7, 8. I think one of them got 3 of them now.
When you hear that Nick Cannon, okay, let me do this because I got to do this for editing when I when I edit this. Yes, when you, oh shit, that's right. I only got DWAYNE Mooney for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. What would I do with this 15 minutes? More than Nick Cannon, I'm going to invite especially Kells and my man Team Fuck That. I got to get these young Jedis up in here. Brother Bruce needs to Bruce and Brother Kells would love to have you in here to speak with Brother DWAYNE Mooney in person and share your thoughts with him and get a couple quick nuggets, a couple quick questions that you may have. In that time, you can't compare Nick Cannon to Day Day. Day Day got 6 kids by 7 women, not a fucking thing to offer him, and has no concept or concern for his line. Nick Cannon is the exact reverse of all of that. What say you? Sit tight, Bruce.
Nick Cannon is I don't know if he's doing it out of rebellion. See, I know Nick, when I was hanging with Dick before he passed, he was meeting with Nick and Kevin Hart. Okay. So I was getting information through, because Nick was trying to get his health together, dealing with what he's dealing with. Like I said, he's the healthiest looking motherfucker with the problem he has.
Right.
Because he's into herbs and
he's doing the right thing.
Diet and exercise and doing all that. So when people say, well, he's going to affect the children, well, the regular person, children come out with diabetes and all kind of shit.
Yeah. You fucking your good kids up at Burger King.
You're killing them. So, and this is the thing. You always say, when you look at a relationship like that, I always say in monogamous relationships, when people cheat, right? The woman is always unhappy. In polyamorous relationships, when folks are taken care of, the women are happy. So all you got to do is look at the women. Are they complaining? So what you complaining about what he got set up when the women are complaining? Okay. The women are happy. And if you notice, when Nick went black and Jews in Hollywood spanked him, and he flipped it, apologized, and got back on top of the mountain and did his thing, controlling his brand, doing his thing, dealing with his women. Now check this out. What he's doing as a king, he got all his women in their own households, taking care of them. Okay. They all have serious bank accounts.
Affluence in different directions.
So I want to sit down and talk to Nick, because I want to know his plan. But what he's doing as a young man is unbelievable, because people say, well, he doesn't have time to spend with his children. Well, think about, what does a 9-to-5 do? How much time does he spend with his children? He working 9 to 5. You got to add 2 more hours going to work, 2 hours coming back home. And you got to add 8 hours of sleep. How many times does he spend with his children?
Okay, well, let's stop there. Hold on, let's stop there. How much time is Nick supposed to be spending with an infant?
Exactly.
That's the time. Let's put this into some king perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
You raise that spawn to a time when it is time for them to grow. They then come to me. So that's what these women are doing.
Exactly.
How much is Nick Cannon's kids gonna know over them funky ass kids you raising? That's the same age.
Exactly.
How many of your children are going to be exposed to the spending habits, the saving habits, and the earning habits of the power elite as opposed to your kids? Yeah. How many of your kids gonna be able to walk right on any network and do what the fuck they want to do? None of them. Shut the fuck up. Let me see where your kids are in 20 years.
And think about this. Eddie Murphy's got 10 children.
Sure.
Eddie Griffith has 10 children. We can go on and on and on. They're not reprimanded. You know why? You know what? You know the difference? Because they do it in a monogamous way. And we're comfortable with that. How much time does Eddie spend with his children besides the ones?
You have no fucking idea.
Okay? It's because it's monogamous. And we're used to serial monogamy, you leaving a trail of children and a trail of women where the women are unhappy. Nick has happy women.
I told y'all this who I study under. That's why.
Happy women, and the children are happy, because guess what? What you just said made an excellent point. The women are raising the children. He comes, supports them, helps. They know who daddy is. They love daddy because daddy's in their life, because he's got free time. And as they grow older, guess who they're going to be working with? Daddy.
and each other.
Daddy and each other.
Okay,
So the children
stop
ain't
there.
missing out on nothing.
Stop there, brother. And then I'm gonna bring Brother Bruce in because I know you're short on time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna produce this with Brother Mooney, and a lot of these people ain't gonna even know it. There are what I would like to call online in social media a bunch of stupidity dojos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm a master Jedi. To my right, that way, yeah. To my right is a Grandmaster Jedi. We're going to start rolling into some of these dojos and challenging these fools and lopping their fucking heads off. We're going to start doing that. Now, let me properly set up and introduce one of my star pupil Jedi's, young cat in his 30s with the right head. This is one of the leaders of the future and his seed. Smart cat, dark horse on the hill. This is the one I'm always saying, put your sword back. Jesus Christ, put your sword back. This is young Bruce House. Meet Master Jedi DWAYNE Mooney. And what's on your mind?
How you doing, sir?
How are you, brother?
Enjoy the day over here, building the kingdom.
Yes.
How do you know the difference between how do you know internally if you're a king or another peasant?
Ooh.
I told you.
Good question.
I told you.
How one knows is, you have to, if you're a peasant, if you're doing peasant shit, that's how you know you're a peasant. If you're doing mediocre shit. Only way a peasant turns into a king, he's got to understand that he ain't there yet. So a peasant knows he's mediocre. You see them, bro. I'm a king and living in a matchbox. That ain't no king. Okay, I'm a king, and every king, and this is key. Every kingdoms have money systems. If you don't have a money system, you're not a king. Now you could be working on being a king, but you're not a king yet. So you can go to peasant to king, and the only way one is going to do that, he's got to study kings. He's got to be mentored by kings. He's got to model king behavior, because the first thing to do is to identify, like what you just said, what are you? Now, a king knows he's a king. He ain't even no question. He knows he's a king because he's treated like a king. If you got to tell your woman, I'm a king all the time, you ain't no king. She gonna tell you you're a king. Okay? When you walk into a room, when you walk into a bank, you are treated and respected like a king. Even police will treat you like a king, because that's the vibe that you carry. When you carry some scared, slave, commoner mentality, that's who the police whip on. But when you carry yourself like a king, they ain't gonna fuck with you. They ain't gonna fuck with you. They gonna ask you, who are you and what do you do? I've been with police around me so much, man. In the middle of the night, you know what I do? When I'm around police, I act like I'm their chief. I don't go into some fear, I'm scared of the police mentality. I'm asking them, what are you doing here? What's the problem? What's going on? And how can I help you do a better job? That's my mentality. I know y'all got to go home safe to your homes, and I know you're scared, and this is behind the scenes. I know you programmed through the brother. So I flip it. I don't go into the programming. I'm scared. You know how black people always say, I'm scared to go out at night. I'm scared when I'm around.
I seen one of my relatives, one of the baddest dudes I know, we got pulled over for loitering in front of a liquor store. He wanted to smoke. So I let him smoke right at the gas station, right under the no loitering sign. We get pulled over, and I watched him kind of like cower in front of them. And I immediately got upset. And so I started talking to him, because they tried it with me and it didn't work on me. And nothing ended up happening, but it just showed me the difference in some people. You know what Because I know he wouldn't let another black dude talk to him like that or do nothing weird like that.
Exactly. That is about. There is a common. I say this all the time. This is where you get the bullshit with white people telling you how dangerous the hood is for them. If that's so, where's the white body count?
Right.
You come over there to count your money and don't nothing happen to you because black people have a natural fear of you. They naturally fear you. What you fear is that we're going to do to you what you would do to us if we had done to you what you have done to us.
Exactly.
But because of that fear, it is that fear that made your man cower. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, this is a mind-blowing First Church of Holy Shit. Just in, another dope one, another Master Jedi.
3 minutes.
And you got 3 minutes. My Uncle Kev is here. Let Mooney finish. Mooney is gonna finish. Oh, this is dope. Uncle Kev. He gonna pass the torch to you, Uncle Kev. Just sit tight. Sit tight. And you hit him, Mooney. And then whatever Mooney says, Kev, you go. All right, go ahead, Mooney.
You gotta understand too, and what you did was great. Understand when you're dealing with police, their programs. So your job is to deprogram them and program them on the spot. I have been pulled out in the middle at night for a stupid brother called and said I had dead bodies in the house. So they came, a whole police group came to me, 5 in my backyard with guns out. Squad come pointing at my window. I'm waking up in the middle of the night, had 2 women in the house, right? And they came and had me come out and whole deal. And as I'm walking toward them, and they got guns on me, I'm moving my hands like this. What I'm doing is programming them to calm the fuck down.
Like dogs.
You hear me? So I'm moving my hands like this, not tripping, just talking to them. My hands are up. What's going on? Walking toward them. They won't tell me anything. I'm just moving my hands like this. So I'm always programming police officers. So before the end of it, they asked me, we're coming up here. We'll be watching for you. They're my friends now. Okay. Just because I didn't look at them as a threat. Okay. So it's ways to do that. But closing this back to Nick Cannon. So what Nick Cannon is doing, again, like I said, I'd like to see what he's doing, but what he's got going on is superior than anybody. The women are happy. He finally got a black one, which I'm happy for Nick. Finally got a black one, had a baby, a dark skinned one. So what he's doing is fine, because what it's not doing is affecting his money. And if you know him plugging into all that feminine, all that family is increasing his wealth. And you got to understand how the power of the feminine, when utilized correctly, will increase your wealth and well-being. It's a reason why Nick Cannon is not falling to the pressure of whatever he's carrying, the disease, whatever, because he's probably healthier than most men because he is honest with his women. When you lie to your women, that creates sickness, disease, and poverty. So he's an example of a rich man getting richer and not looking all crazy and drained and pressured, because he's telling the truth, and he's not sitting up there dealing with women that's taking his energy. He's dealing with women that gives him a surplus of energy and livelihood. So I want to now get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook. You can go to my wealth portal. We're helping people make money, passive income. That's what I do. Help women make money with ease, and men. I make $80,000 a month right now. Do me a favor when I want to do it. And
do me a favor, Mooney. Do me a favor before you leave. Put in the chat whatever you want people to know, so I can put it up on the screen, and I will cut it together in YouTube later. And definitely we're gonna get on calendar Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on with my Jedi sometimes. Just noise in the background. We're going to get on calendar, man, because I definitely want to have a part 2 with you with regard to lifestyle. And I'm not
Yeah.
bullshitting with you. I would love to, bro. We need to talk about that. Busting in on some kung fu shit and challenging people's bullshit. I'll
Right.
pick the fights. You just tell me if you want to be in them, and we'll
Right.
just run down the hill and go get them. Now, in all respect, I love you, but you too, I have to kick the fuck out of here. I kick everybody out of here. I love you. That's just, I have something wrong with me where I kick people the fuck out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the dude I study under, DWAYNE Mooney. Oh my God. Health, life, wealth, relationships, you name it. My man, it's gonna be 10. When this shit falls, there will be Mooney temples. Watch. When all this shit crumbles, there will be Mooney temples. That is my man, and I thank him for joining us. And it's so crazy that it just must be Master Jedi Day, because right on the heels of him, my Uncle Kevin pops into the chat, who I did not know was coming. Yeah, Bruce, you got a treat here, sir, because any questions you may have when you get out of wherever it is. That you, Uncle Kevin? Somebody is washing dishes or doing something. Jesus Christ. Yeah, any questions you may have, Bruce? There's another dope ass Jedi in our presence, my Uncle Kevin. Uncle Kevin, what's going on? Just kind of jump in here and I'll tell you where we were after you tell me what you think of what Brother Mooney had to say.
Well, I literally just came about maybe 8 minutes ago, so I really don't have any intelligent input.
Okay.
But what I did hear on the end of it was right on point. I have nothing, to add to it because it was on point.
Okay, that's fair. Well, where we are, where the show, where it started was basically with who, what, where, and when we are really, and the shit that makes me ask that question. And it was based around Nia Long, what she's going through, and not how people are responding to it. Where I landed was that there is a defined difference. There's a defined difference between the view of a king and the view of a commoner, and that neither gets to discredit or ridicule the other without taking into the consideration that particular person's interests and that person's position. You don't get to do that. I don't get to view you as a commoner from a king point of view without first examining your point of view. Because if I view you as a king without examining your point of view, it makes it easy to make a law that says if I catch you with any of that horrible crack, you're going to jail for 20 years. Well, that's from the king's point of view, because there's so many other opportunities and there's so many other ways. But from the commoner's point of view, have you taken the time to look at the fact that somebody from your side put that over there? And that somebody from your side also simultaneously drained his local area of resources? Are you looking at that? You can't look at that from a king's perspective. You have to take a commoner's perspective to look at that. What say you?
I agree 100% with that. I think what I would add to it and this is not necessarily adding to the context of your topic, but I think this needs to be taught alongside of that. And that is, we have to redefine what a king is. Because if we look at world history, pretty much every king ruled the same. They was born into their kingdom, into
bloodline.
Their bloodline, right? They're giving a measure of authority. It's not earned. The authority is given, which automatically disconnects them from the people. You can never understand a person unless you have experienced what they've experienced or made an attempt to understand it.
Right.
So kinghood automatically is a disconnected figure of authority that can change your life.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to take a biblical perspective or a religious perspective, even better. The position of a human being being an authority over others is a position of servitude. Service is the first objective. Power is second, because only a servant can execute power justly. It's not until we understand servanthood that we can be kings.
Right. And
we gotta teach that. We can't teach leadership, power, authority. We can't teach these things without the concept of servitude being first. Otherwise, we produce tyrants. We produce men who will not consider those like what you're talking about. That dynamic can exist in the family also. You know, when the king can judge people because of what they're doing, not examining how they got there, and also critical what he did to help them get there or what he didn't do.
Right.
Did you put things in place to protect the children of the men that raised those thugs? Did you? Because at the end of the day, your legislation, your model, everything you put in place for these people to absorb determines how they think. Your rulership determines culture. So when you neglect a group of people and take away their ability to learn, take away their ability to earn, you turn those people's children into something undesirable because of legislation you passed. A father that does not understand his wife, that does not understand his children, who neglects or does something to damage and does not recognize it, produces a sick family. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Just the speed of your lightsaber, bro. This is my eyeballs. Okay. Wow. Where's Brother Bruce? What say you, Brother Bruce? Unmute yourself.
Be good.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Needed that. Definitely needed that.
Let me. Okay, yeah.
Because I know there's a time when I was a tyrant.
Real quick, young man. Real quick.
Me too, Bruce. Me too.
Master Jedi, Kevin. Meet young Jedi Bruce. In his 30s, got his head screwed on straight. Will be one of the leaders of the new school. Now, go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, do what I say when I say how I say it. And right now with a smile was a thing. That's and it's a lot. It's a little bit harder. It was a little bit harder to come out of than I would like. Little bit. But you learn. You definitely. I'm definitely coming out of there. So hearing that just reinforces that whole situation, and it's gonna help a lot. Actually, yeah, that was because I don't. Because what he was saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't. You'll have a short time ruling the kingdom with an iron fist if you can't take no criticisms and you're not doing nothing for the kingdom. Everybody just doing something for you. And I've definitely noticed. It was a little harder for me to notice because I wasn't like that with like children. I'm more like that with women. I'm just so ready for them to be defiant that I just cut it out before it even start. You look at me funny. It was all right. This what we doing, and the criticism that I would always get would be around not helping them do anything or not listening, and they wouldn't be helping them do anything because I'd help. I just wouldn't be listening to them too often. I was a hard listener. I say it that way. So that definitely hit home.
When did you change?
Oh, now learning, like in the last couple of years, like maybe the last like 5, maybe the last 5 since my son was born. Like it was, if you run everything. When I got with his mom, when I got with my son's mom, I tried to develop a mentality of if you like a rose, don't pick it. Because before that, it was you keep what you kill. So, I tried that, and I was a little rough around the edges because it was my first time trying that out. But I mean, she just moved in, so that's all. That's working itself out.
Bruce, can I add something to what you said?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
All right. I think, and like you, Bruce, I learned this later in life. I wasn't taught this as a young man. You know, I made a lot of mistakes. I hurt a lot of people. Okay. But now I'm 57 and I've known better for better than a decade. And I'm still learning. Okay. This journey will always be a journey of learning. You already know that, but for those listening, I think that needs to be said. You're never going to quote unquote arrive. As long as you're human, you're going to be learning. But let me say this to what you said earlier. I'll put 2 things together. A king also understands and can identify a queen. Queens are not defiant. Queens walk into relationships understanding their role. Now, are there exceptions to that rule? Sometimes we may take on a queen that needs to have a little more training. We need to be a little rough around the edges. But it's on us as kings to identify her potential or her current ability. One of the 2. If that thing fails, guess whose fault it is? Guess whose fault it is? If you end up with a contentious woman that mess up your kids, guess whose fault it is? This is all part of being a king.
Mine.
Yeah. And this is what a lot of people that ask for leadership positions, not just fathers and husbands and men in general, people in general, they want leadership positions. Most people don't understand leadership, which is why they covet it. People who covet leadership don't understand shit about it. Because if you really understood leadership, you would know most people aren't cut out for it. If John Doe fuck up 15 levels below me, when them dominoes finish falling, they stop at me. That's a king. That's a leader. He's aware of that. He rules like that. And he teaches that.
Okay, I swear, I did not, young Jedi Bruce, speak to my uncle at all about anything. He just whipped open his version of the same wisdom. It's the same wisdom. And when I tell you, he can attest to it. This is when I tell you my natural father had six brothers?
Yes.
My natural father has 6 brothers. My stepfather, my mother Mary, has 7 brothers. Between these 13 people is where I get this hodgepodge cookery of pimpery knowledge and wisdom. Because you got everybody, you got murderers, pimps, players, hustlers, all from the south side of Chicago, and some special guests from the west side of Chicago that molded this man code that we pull from, that we have to give to you. We have no choice. We fail, young Master Bruce, if you don't get this shit. We fucking fail because we're the last of it. After us, those people were raised by watered down, attacked versions of the brothers that made us. So y'all didn't get what y'all was supposed to get, which is why you gotta get it now, because you got to give it to your youngins, because that's the only way it's going to survive. And I hate to go way down that fucking road, but that's the truth. Kev, I will tell this story about a fellow relative of me and Kevin's, who this happened to at his house. I believe I've told you this story, Bruce, before. Let me know if you've heard it. That's not going to stop me. I'm still going to fucking tell the story. We were at a family gathering. I had just moved back to Chicago at his house. And this relative of mine and his wife at the time had a disagreement that had something to do with my mother. But it was a bomb while everybody was there. Whole family was there. And he was trying to get out of the room to get away from her. She was trying to hold him in. The wrestling we heard was him moving her out of the way so he could get away from her. Everybody's up in arms. My mother, being a victim of abuse, is amongst the first back there. I immediately stand up as the eldest child and the senior male member there and go, all right, ladies, I'm going to need you to sit here up front, to include his wife. Men, I need y'all to meet me in his room. We go in the room. There's only one woman still in there, my mother. I go, Mother, in accordance with the book that you read, the Bible, especially if we want to comb the Old Testament, I'm a man calling counsel. I believe that's over in Isaiah. I'm a man calling counsel, which means, at my discretion, women are to be absent, which means we both know that you are out of order right now. So with love, I ask that you please leave this room. They use her own book. What, you can't tell your mama to get the fuck out of here. So she leaves. He explains what happened. And everybody, we get around and talk. And I go, this is entirely your fault. Nigga, what? How is this? I said, you want to know? Because you are the king of this castle, are you not? Yes. Then everything in here that's fucked up is your fault. How is this my fault? Here's how. Your wife done prepared all this food. She's a cooking freak. The house is so clean, you can drop a piece of pizza face down behind the toilet, pick it up and eat it. It's clean in here. She didn't set it up in here. She didn't do this for you. Nigga, she did that for them other women out there. She done set all of this up. And now, whatever mess this is that my mother has cooked up, that has got you two people this upset, if she goes to you as the king, I need to talk to you now. You were supposed to ask her, are you sure? When she said yes, you go, hold on just a minute. Leave out of your bedroom and go, excuse me, family. I hate to do this, but there is something so pressing that my wife needs to speak to me right now. So I'm going to have to ask that all of you leave and have all the members of your family get up without speech, because their men who are running those families will look at his woman and go get their coats. There will be no speech if the men are leaders. There will be no speech. There will be women getting the kids coats and the men giving each other dap. Bruh, let me know how everything go. Women say goodbye to one another. Y'all bounce. And now you go, you have my undivided attention. What is it that you wanted? You ain't got to do that but one time. And she will understand the power of her words and the power of your movement. That is how that was supposed to play out, in my opinion, as a king, because that is exactly what I would have done. What I wouldn't have done was taken any verbal abuse from her. I would not have allowed her to wind up. Are you sure we got to talk about this now? Let's just cover that and excuse everybody. She learns who you are. She learns who she is. And to her chagrin, she has to look at her. That's king moving. We got to teach that. What say either one of you niggas?
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But I think those lessons have to be taught early on, of course, and which I'm sure you're aware of it. But I think for the viewer's sake, or those who may not be putting this in the context I know you're putting it in right now, I will make it clear. This don't happen 5 years into marriage. This happens the first 3 months of marriage. Lessons like this are taught early on, before you have kids, if possible, before the family really get to see you all move as a couple, all that. See, because if you wait 5 or 10 years to do this, the woman who don't understand her queenhood and your kinghood, or her queenship and kingship, she's gonna, when you say, I'm gonna have to ask everybody to leave, she's gonna step up and say, y'all don't go nowhere. It's my house too. See, so to make power moves like that, and that's probably a bad term, of power move. It's not a power move. It's really a move to teach a lesson.
Well, actually, no. Actually, Uncle Kev, one, it is a power move. You are right. It is a power move. Number two, any woman, dear women who hear this when I replay it, any woman who thinks that makes sense is ignoring the fact that that her man is outnumbered 17-1 before he does another push-up or makes another dollar. And I would put all of that shit on the line then. If you open your mouth again and these people don't leave, the men who are here are going to help me pack. Do you understand? I don't mean anything else. I don't mean to embarrass you. But since we are going here, if I were you, I would stop talking right now, because if you interrupt me, I'm going to pack. Now, I say again, either You men take control of your families and your women and leave my house, or cousin, you call a truck, cousin, you get some boxes, and cousin, you follow me because I am taking my shit from a house that is no longer mine. Those are the options, and it is right here at this dinner.
I agree.
I would draw that line. I don't give a shit what kind of puppy I had been before.
Listen, I agree 100%. But again, all that's got to take place in the beginning.
No, that's that night. That's okay. What does that say? Okay, Uncle Kev.
Here's what I'm saying. Saying. I don't think I'm being clear. This is not on this. This is on me.
Sure.
What I mean is, instances like 10 years later, 5 years later, she should never pull some shit like that, because a year into the marriage, y'all have these kind of experiences already. She already knows that if you ever disrespect me, before I put my hands on you, which I could, but I'm not that kind of man. Before I do that, I walk out that door, and I don't bluff with shit like that.
No, I'm not bluffing.
Right. So a year later, she knows exactly who you are. 5 years later, she knows exactly what your boundaries are, what her boundaries are, what the kids' boundaries. She knows all that. So this incident doesn't happen 5 or 10 years into a marriage. This might happen 6 months into a marriage, but it only happens once because of what you just said.
To us, Uncle Kev. Now, and you are exactly right. So I pose this question to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a young brother that has a particular instance like this or close to it around a family gathering in Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time he's heard this. He would be right then in separating the men from the women and finding out what the problem is. Or he would be right in, okay, you gonna act a fool like this? I'm gonna clean this house out. If his woman were to step around and do what you said,
mm-hmm.
in light of what you have just said about him not having this early, and this being the first time, and in light of me saying that he clearly is not leading his house, nor is he with a woman capable of following, so I don't see how that's not doomed to failure or some sort of twisted success. I say that he get his brothers and homies to help him pack and stay on whoever couch he need to while he get his shit together with his children, and never be less than 20 miles or more than 20 miles from them, and situate himself like that. He has those roads at that time with this advice. What do you say he do?
If I would say he makes every attempt to teach his wife what he's learned about their roles. If he doesn't believe that's possible, I say pack your shit and walk. And here's why. A disrespectful wife to her husband in front of children is worse than co-parenting successfully.
Yes.
Okay. A couple fighting, people stay together for kids. Okay. First of all, the entire idea of that is against nature. Your children are the priority.
Okay, stop. Please stop.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, without his permission, oh yeah, African community. Oh yeah, goddamn, you missed the nuclear weapon of a show. I'm not gonna be on here much longer, but I'm on here with who you are listening to is another master Jedi, chopping it up with my Uncle Kevin and a junior Jedi brother Bruce in the house. I'm jumping in to tell Uncle Kev's business without his permission. This subject he is speaking on, he speaks from experience, because unlike me, who is waiting on society to collapse to go murder my ex-wife, this dude, those of us who know him and his ex-wife from the outside cannot figure out for the fucking life of us why they broke up, because they are so cool and they were so dope raising these kids. It was almost, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was almost like neither of them really had custody. Whatever Terry needed, she got from Kev. Whatever Kev needed, Terry got from him. Nigga, they didn't want to fuck up in either house. Because if you fuck up with your daddy, you grounded over here plus. If you fuck up with your mama, you grounded over here plus. They was a tight ass group raising these kids. I still don't know how they do it. Please correct I did it. Please correct what I had wrong, Kev. Go.
Nah, you pretty much summed up in a nutshell. It wasn't always easy, but that takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. When we split up, my youngest daughter was what? 8. No, my oldest was 8. My youngest was 4. 4.
Oh, that must have been right around when I first came back.
Yeah. Me and Terry had just split up maybe a year before you came back. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it took us in the very beginning. Yeah, it was. We were bitter and angry and all that shit. And one day I called her and I said, you know what? We got issues, but at the end of the day, our kids didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask permission. We brought them here against their will. So we have to do whatever we got to do to make sure their life is harmonious. We can't make them choose sides and shit. I'm on daddy's side, and there is no sides. We're parents over these children. If we are in polar opposite locations, they need to understand we're one. So when we got through that part of it and made that right, it was all, from that point, it wasn't hard anymore. You know, like anyone raising children, there were challenges raising the kids, but working together, we had very few arguments simply because we had to put our emotions aside. And Terry's the mature woman. And see, this is what I'm talking about when I say we have to learn what type of woman to choose. Now, I was blessed enough where I had enough older brothers and 3 older sisters and a mother who was wise as hell, who taught me how to pick women. Most people can't say that. I was trained how to pick women. And I can go from my wife of 17 years, ex-wife of 17 years, all the way back to my high school sweetheart. I'm all of their friends. I can call any one of them right now and say, I need $500. If they got it, I got it. Same thing. They can call, even when I was married, my ex-girlfriend, my son's mother, could call and ask Terry for money, and Terry would give it to her.
Okay, well, I need you to stop there, because that's the decided difference between Kevin growing up with my daddy's brothers and me growing up with my stepfather's brothers, because all my exes want to see me laying in a pool of my own blood.
Right, but let me jump to the point though. The point is, this is how we got to start training men. We got to start training men to think this way. Your ex is not your enemy, because believe it or not, when exes go on that tirades, it's all emotional. It's all emotional. We are very logical, very methodical creatures as men. There are things we can do to minimize that or eliminate that, unless they outright crazy. And that goes back to knowing how to pick them. We got to train our young men how to pick women, how to identify crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, picking women is a skill, dude. It's not something you're born with. That's not a talent I got. That's something my mama sat down and pointed to some of my brother's ex-girlfriends and said, let me tell you why she a problem. You know what I'm saying? Me hearing her teach my sisters, it's a skill. We have to start teaching our kids these skills, how to choose.
Well, let's not give those goddamn skills away now on this show. This show's had plenty. Okay, Uncle Kev. See, and I'll give you an excuse to come back and drop knowledge on the skills, and then I can put some shit together, some graphics to go under it, put some music with it, and then we can have Uncle Kev skills some shit. We can do something with that. That's a segment. That's dope. That's producible.
Well, I'm not. Well, disclaimer: I'm not going to sit here and say I'm expert enough for that to teach it. I know some principles to apply, but I'm not an expert. So
okay, well, then let me say, that saying you're an expert at something doesn't mean as much as it used to be, because with all the experts in charge, look at the fucked up place we are now. It's not like, okay, we're not bragging about being an expert about shit. We are expertly about to blow this motherfucker up. Okay, all the experts got us getting divorces, sick.
That's funny.
Is that as fun? Okay, all right, I might do that. I'm gonna try that out on stage. I'm an expert. No, turn around and look at the rest of your experts and how much you experts have fucked up the world. Exactly. Y'all got aliens coming here to stop you from blowing this motherfucker up. You are the fucking monkeys with the AK-47 of the galaxy. Have you seen the monkey that gets the AK-47 and has the soldiers jumping around? Have you seen that?
No.
There's a video of a monkey. Look up YouTube, monkey AK-47. They all fucking with the monkey, and he go and pick that gun up, and they all start jumping. That's who we are in the universe. We are the primate of the galaxy that has gotten a hold of the nuke, the AK-47, and the rest of the galaxy is jumping around because wherever one goes off, it's going to send radioactivity out into the stratus and ionosphere in the direction of someone else's galaxy.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, see, you and this weed, see how we went over into that? Yes. That's what I believe. That's why I believe the aliens are here. They trying to stop these fucking monkeys. Okay, if we can stop them, if we can blow up the earth and keep it contained, fuck it, let it happen. Somebody has, some galaxy person being has that position. Somebody else is saying, we got to save these monkeys from themselves. Somebody else is saying, why the fuck care? They're killing each other over skin color, and they're killing each other over whatever the fuck. So just let them rot. Let them do whatever. In the meantime, it's a countdown to one of these fucking idiots lets loose with a nuke. That's why they're here. That, and they need plastic. It must be they need plastic. That's why this earth is so full of it. But yes, in absolute final thought, gentlemen, anything on your mind there, Brother Bruce?
I just appreciate being able to sit under some masters, you know. If I would have had it when I was young, you get it when you can, because you can give it when you can get it. You can give it as soon as you get it. You can't give nothing you ain't got. So I appreciate the lessons, and the fortifications of certain things that I've already wanted to do, and letting me know that I'm on the right path of what I want to do. And for all those who's listening that I didn't get to talk to or just listening, I don't care how you get home, just get there.
All right. Well, with that, young man, you can get the fuck out of here. I told you, Kev. I told you. That's Brother Bruce.
I remember Bruce.
I told you. These young cats, this shit seems common to me and you. It seems mediocre to me and you.
We've been doing it so long.
Well, here's my analogy for it. The first generation of black men being allowed to be black men, can we agree, in mass, was around the late 1800s.
Yeah.
But like, even though these motherfuckers were still crazy, black folks owning businesses, late 1800s. Okay.
Listen, let me say this real quick. Were it not for the way white supremacy played out after Jim Crow, with them burning down all of our prominent black communities, we would be true kings and true queens today,
Absolutely.
we would not be what you see today.
Absolutely. Another show. Got to have you back on here for that. As society broke down, the bucket of wisdom got cracks in it, and wisdom leaked out, and there was less of it and less of it. And then there was a fissure where it was pouring out. Right there, that generation, bruh, is me and you. After us, all that was left, our cup was broken. Wisdom was broken after us. And these young bucks just got trickles of it that they can find. Morsels of it. Literally, Brother Bruce more than likely did not hear this ever, like we breaking it down, that we knew at 12. You're not talking about much other than maybe sex when you talk about life that you weren't talking about at 12, with the exception of wisdom about money. Does that sound accurate? As in manners, you knew at 12. The roles of husband, wife, you knew at 12. The roles of children, you knew at 12. How not to be a bum, you knew at 12. You knew you wasn't going to be a thug at 12. So, does that kind of make sense, Uncle Kev? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought you was asking Bruce that. Yes, it
No,
does. Make sense.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Yes,
Bruce, I threw him out. He's gone.
okay.
Everybody, I'm going to kick you out in a minute. Brother Bruce, unless I'm wrong about this, has never heard that like that. Whereas us, bruh, how much pimp shit did you have from Snooki by the time you was 15?
A lot.
How much was you, yeah, how much pimp shit from Snooki was you fighting by the time you was 15?
A lot. A whole lot.
By the time I was 15, I was fighting when a motherfucker disrespect you wherever, I don't care who it is, hit him in the mouth, male or female. Uncle Bobby.
Right.
I was fighting that already.
Right.
Treat any lady that you're interested in like she's the most interesting thing in front of you wherever you go, regardless to what it is you looking at. My Uncle Junior, advice on my first date.
Right.
These dudes didn't hear that.
Right.
So the way you was able to roll up and talk to a girl at 20, the way that Chicago dudes, with the cool Chicago dudes when we was 19, was able to talk abroad out of drawers.
Right.
They have an incredibly sickly, listen to their music. What they think about a woman, the romance, the part of us that really loved women, the part of us that loves females,
love and respected them,
and respect their femininity.
Listen, respected them even when all we wanted was the poontang.
Yes,
there was still a level of respect.
That part of them is aching, brother.
Yeah, I know.
That part of them has to be re-nurtured by both sides. Yeah. We're trying to give them this object to love that the sister side has to create.
See, but you know what, Jeff? Here is where the real challenge is going to come in. We first, I don't think this generation of young Jedis we trying to train, they're not going to see this. Their sons will.
Yes.
Because see,
Yes.
the first thing they gotta learn is the mastery of self. I don't mean becoming perfect, of course, but to me, self mastery is not having everything right, not knowing all the right things, not doing all the right things. Self mastery is understanding who you are not. Because when you know who you are not and what you are not, you know what to avoid. You know your weaknesses. You know how to play to your strengths. You know how to design your life around your strengths when you know who you are not. So, along with learning who you are, a big part of that is learning who you're not. Um, it's hard to do that, and because you have to start with your flaws. I'm controlling. Uh, I got too much ego. I'm too angry. I got daddy issues. All this shit. All that shit has to be dealt with before you can even begin to be a healthy human being and lead a family. So our men have to start with us. That's where it's got to start. Likewise, women, they can't be talking about the kind of men they want, why black men ain't that, and what I want from them. You can't be talking all that shit, and you ain't dealt with your issues. Because the kind of man you saying you want, that Jedi Knight, that king, he running from chicks like you.
Right.
Because we're fucked up. We're fucked up.
Well, bro, let's just be honest. Nobody wants to be real about this. There is a group of black men and women between the ages of 35 and death. I say this to you, I speak to you about this, and this is an excellent opportunity to kick Uncle Kevin the fuck out of here, which is what I just did, ladies and gentlemen. It was fantastic to have him here. What really kind of pisses me off is that I don't have a schedule, which I want to fix that. I want a schedule with these dope ass dudes. And some days, this is what the first church is going to be about. It won't just be about me teaching. It'll be about me bringing the fly motherfuckers I run with. One of them is in the blood. That's my kin. If you see us stand next together, you go, oh yeah, these two motherfuckers is related. Yeah. The Jedi side of me, the spiritual side of me, I get from my grandmother. The Jedi side, from my father's side. That's it. I see the makeup. That vagabond esque shit about me that's from over there. So you will see more of my Uncle Kev on the show. That's dope. Man, that was so dope. Today. We gotta teach. I don't even know here at the First Church. I sincerely don't know where this is going to end up. But I do this because I honestly can't have fucked up. My entire life, my entire book of fuck ups are for absolutely nothing if I do not share them with you guys. If I'm not sharing how I did it wrong and where I see you can go because of how I fucked up, then I'm on some ego bullshit that doesn't help either of us. And that's what this place, this First Church, that's going to be something. Uncle Kev is going to help me make it something. I don't know what it is. I just know the Creator is making me do it. And I'm cutting this shit up later to put it where you need it, wherever in the future. Be it next week, next month, or next millennium. This is the wisdom of the ancestors. And some of it, the last of it, in a generation in what we at this moment call the United States for black people. Those people who call yourself black, unless we're going to get into the crayon issues. Ooh, that's a great way to put it. The crayon issues. I'm going to have a good show called The Crayon Issues. That's what, pow, see how the genius pops like, yeah, it's genius. Wow, with the genius. That's how it happens. Now, at any rate, there's been another good one, y'all. I enjoyed it. I'm glad y'all showed up in here. I'm honored. It's cool. Always good to see you. When you guys show up, it means I'm not doing this for myself or by myself. I'm glad to do it. I love what it is. Tell some people, y'all know, y'all know what it is. Get some people in here. Some people need to know about this, man. Some people need to know. It's not just about me. It's not. It's about how much I love y'all for real. Let people know. Put a little something strange. Put a little piece of change for a nigga doing something strange in the Cash App. You need some beats like you hear in the background? You need something like this? Holla at me. I put my beats out there real hard. Alright? Till next time. Till Wednesday. And yes, on Wednesday, Brother Bruce, let's talk. Call me after this. Alright? Peace, y'all.